What is up, guys? This is your boy Andy Matrix, and I'm gonna try to make this one quick because I've actually never heard of this anime convention, Zenkai-Con. And look, to be fair, there's a lot of anime conventions out there that I've never heard of. Okay, there's America's a big place, and there's conventions all around the world that I haven't heard of. But it seems to me like a lot of conventions, they're still pushing mandates. Whether if it's mask mandates or the jab, the vax, for the Pokemon virus, the injection. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it because YouTube then comes and they try to take my video down or whatever. So there's this convention called Zenkai-Con, which is actually a really cool name, by the way. It's a really cool name, right? But they are still pushing mandates, right? So they already have plans for next year's convention, right? So August 5th, 2023. And this is one of their latest blog posts, right? It's got a cosplayer or an attendee with a mask on. Woohoo, how fun is that? And I'm not going to read the whole article, but here, if we zoom in down here, it says, mandatory mask must be worn. It says, mask must be worn by all members attending Zenkai-Con age 20 and older, age 2 and older. So even like children, if you're 2 years old, a 2-year-old child has to wear a mask. Come on. Look, like I understand COVID-19 did its damage, but it's like we're supposed to be recovering now. If you got the jab and all of that, you're supposed to be able to take off the mask and move on with your life. But a lot of anime conventions, they're caving in. They're caving in. And this is one of the reasons why I decided to go to anime conventions in Texas and Florida, right? And if you've been following my channel, I went to Anime Matsuri for this, not only because it was one of the biggest anime conventions in North America, but also because there's a lot of freedom. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to be injected with the Pokemon virus, injection. And there's a lot of freedom. Now, of course, a lot of conventions still have their, they're always going to ask you to you can't bring in weapons that are made of wood or metal. Like if it's too heavy, you can beat somebody in the head with it and kill them. You can't, you can't bring it into the convention, right? So conventions are always going to have those restrictions. But for God's sakes, we need to take off the mask. We need to take off the mask and see everybody's pretty faces and ugly faces. Hey, yin and yang makes the world go round. Right? So the reason why taking off the mask is important is because, especially for the kids, I can't believe they want 2-year-olds and children to still wear a mask. Looking at people's faces is essential for children's, growth. So here, if you look up if you do a quick Google search, I'm here at cbc.k. and it says how masks could affect speech and language development in children, right? So, because we relate facial expression with, body language as well. So if kids do not learn to see facial expressions as part of communication and, and social skills, then they're gonna be socially inept, when they go to their teen years. This COVID stuff is really doing a number on people, on kids, and adults too. And honestly, if you go here on Forbes, even on Forbes, it says impact of the C-19 on children's social skills. Right? It's having great damage on children's social skills. We need to take off the mask. Seeing people's facial expression is very important. It is how we communicate. And if we can't, for God's sakes, what is the point? So I'm not going to this. Well, I wasn't planning on going to this convention in the first place, but now this is the first time I've heard about it, and now I'm really not gonna freaking go. Okay? And I suggest people, look, if a convention is pushing something that you do not agree with, then you should not go. Don't go. I recommend people to go, to do the same thing I'm doing, which is to go to anime conventions in the South. In Florida, Comic-Cons and anime conventions in Florida, because Florida, they remove all these mandates. Texas, they remove all these mandates. And I think Tennessee, don't hold me up on that. I think Tennessee is one of those, right? And then some people are gonna be like, oh, Andy Matrix, you're just a right-wing mother effer. No, like seriously, like I'm sick and tired of masks. And forget about politics. I want to go to a convention where I have a lot of freedom, you know? And this is my recommendation. But whatever your thoughts are, guys, tell me what you think. Comment below. Have you gone to SenkaiCon before? Are you planning on going? How do you feel about the mask mandates? Comment below. Tell me what you think. And like the video. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the notification bell for future notifications. And thank you for watching my video. This is Andy Matrix. Godspeed.